Welcome back to Observer AM. The time is now 7:20 in St. John's, Antigua, and over there in our sister island of Codrington, Barbuda. And I'm your host, Jackie Quinn. It's Friday, and every Friday, Observer AM gives the alternative government, the United Progressive Party, an opportunity to share their views, policy prescriptions, and analysis of the topical national issues. Today, the party is represented by the distinguished political leader and leader of His Majesty's most loyal opposition, the Honorable Jamal Pringle, who is also, he will tell me, the parliamentary representative of All Saints East and St. Luke. Good morning, Honorable.
Good morning, Jackie, and good morning to all your listeners, whether in Antigua or within the diaspora. I just want to say a pleasant morning to all listening under the sound of my voice, and to the wonderful people out there in All Saints East and St. Luke. I just want to encourage you to stay focused.
Right.
And as we continue to get our voters card revalidated, you know that there's a system in place that you contact the office, and if transportation is needed, you will be transported to the registration office.
Excellent. I like that. That's first-class service. Now, Honorable, I noticed at the prayer march yesterday that when the parliamentarians were called up for prayer at the ARG, the Prime Minister of this country threw his hands around you and you both greeted each other. And the crowd was ecstatic. I just want you to give me a sense of your views on the National Prayer March and the unifying force that it was for Antigua and Barbuda.
There's no doubt that Antigua and Barbuda is in a crisis as it relates to crime and violence. And I believe, as a citizen of Antigua and Barbuda, as a leader of this country, I have to demonstrate that level of maturity, understanding that crime is not only affecting persons from the Antigua Barbuda Labour Party or a selected few. Crime affects all of us.
That's right.
And it is important for us to be able to come together to support initiatives that are geared towards solving the issue that will cause greater harm for all of us. Mm-hmm. And my presence there yesterday was one that I could not have missed that, because I believe prayer is a critical part of any developing country. Because when I was growing up, I've always heard that Antigua and Barbuda is a Christian nation. And I don't believe you can have a Christian nation without prayer. I was invited by the Ecclesiastical Commission. I would have met with the chairman a few weeks ago. We had a very good discussion, and I would have pledged my support to the commission in the endeavors to help to change what we're facing today among the youth violence and just nationally in terms of how we behave as a people. We have been moving away from traditions that help to keep us grounded. And I believe the church has an important role to play in getting us, in bringing us back to that type of life that we would have experienced before. I can recall locks were just decorations and doors because you could just open your neighbor's house and go inside because nobody locked the door. Mm-hmm. But now you literally have to break down the door if you want to get to your neighbor if there's a problem. Mm-hmm. And, so I believe the church has a critical role to play. And I'm particularly pleased that they were able to organize and come together and to bring leaders together from all denomination as well as government to help and show that they are interested in what is happening in society today.
Yeah. Is this something that you would agree should become an annual calendar event? Because lots of people are saying this is something we need every year.
Yes. For me, I was looking at it a little different because, sometimes we wait until the situation is at a point.
Yeah.
I would suggest not that it's a holiday, but because it's one day. But I would suggest because it's once a year. But my thinking was at least once per quarter.
Yes.
Because you see, situations always happening and prayers are needed. So for me, if it's even once per quarter, or you can choose a Sunday afternoon that it doesn't interrupt the work day and the school day. But if it's going to be once per year, I can agree with the public holiday for the day of prayer.
Excellent. Now, let's move into...
But quickly, and I was a bit disappointed, though, because of the attendance of the parliamentarians. And I must apologize for Brother Kelvin Simon and Brother Algernon Watts. They are off island.
Oh, and, I see. Yes.
We had an earlier discussion as it relates to that. And, they were pleased when they heard that we are attending.
That's right.
So I just want to make that clear to the public. It wasn't a situation in which they boycotted the National Day of Prayer. It baffled me, though, because one of the persons who spoke about and the opposition should attend the National Day of Prayer was MP Anthony Smith, and he wasn't there. These are things that we have to be serious about these things. We have to show support and solidarity with our churches. We have to come together on issues that are affecting all of us. Our tourism product is at risk here, and we have to ensure that we do whatever it takes to protect it. And it doesn't matter whether it's ALP in office or the UPP. Once there's a crime situation, it's going to affect the whole country.
I was expecting that the Minister of Public Safety would be right in front with the police band leading the march. I just cannot fathom why he was not there. He needs to explain.
I guess he will give his explanation in Parliament. However, I could not have been a hypocritical person by not attending when we would have applied to the police for permission 2 weeks ago.
Right.
To have a similar situation, a similar event where we march and have a vigil and stop and pray at certain points.
Right.
So it will be hypocritical of me not to attend when we were actually trying to get it done. And in my view, we didn't get the opportunity. The police denied it.
But
it's happening here, so I am supporting it.
And it was a non-partisan, apolitical march.
And I believe too that is part of the reasons why I believe some persons don't attend, because they felt that it was being political. But for me, I didn't see the politics in it. What I saw an opportunity for us to come together, led by the Ecclesiastical Commission, where we can show our solidarity on issues that are affecting the nation of Antigua and Barbuda.
Let's take the break, Honorable, for the Rovia Minute. Welcome back to Observer AM. I'm Jackie Quinn, your host. The time is now 7:34 in Antigua and Barbuda and across the OECS. If you joined us late, we're speaking with the leader of His Majesty's most loyal opposition and the esteemed political leader of the opposition United Progressive Party, the Honorable Jamal Pringle. Now, Mr. Pringle, in response to the crisis in this country, a number of crime bills or anti-crime bills before the Parliament. The anti-gang bill started on Tuesday. Are you hopeful that these will help to stem the rising tide in crime?
Well, as you know, the sitting resumes this morning.
This morning, yes.
We have debated the anti-gang bill so far. I trust it will be completed first thing this morning. But what is concerning me about that the bills. They are more about punishment than prevention. In my view, the government is being reactive rather than proactive. I'm not seeing the efforts to actually reform young people, and I think that is critical. You read it this morning that they're supposed to be a residential facility, and where is that facility
for young
for
offenders?
young one? So again, I believe the government is focusing more on punishing the young people rather than rehabilitating young people. The Directorate of Gender Affairs, the director there, I know Dr. Samuel has been calling on the government for more support.
I think Dr. Drusilla Samuel might be youth affairs.
Youth affairs,
Jamie
yes.
Saunders is director of gender affairs.
Youth affairs.
Yeah.
My bad. Youth affairs. She has reached out to, she has been appealing for greater support. When we look at the facility at Comfort Hall, the boys' training school, what is happening with that? I know they had 120,000 US to do refurbishment. What has become of that? These are things that I believe, if we're serious about saving our young people, we have to pay special attention to the preventative measures and the rehabilitation procedures. For example, staffing these places with qualified counselors.
That's right.
I believe too, we as leaders, we have a critical role to play, and I'm encouraging all men out there who are of great achievement. For example, myself, I came to a system where it took one teacher to pull me under her wing. And here I am today as leader of the opposition. Probably if it wasn't for her, I would have been a delinquent person.
Yes, you always talk about that teacher.
And so rather than leaving it to teachers, if we are supporting the teachers, if we are supporting parents, I believe we can accomplish a lot more and save a lot more of the young people. Now, we realize the churches, they're moving. So therefore, all of us need to move and have one system that helps the whole process of rehabilitating and help to support our young people to prevent them from going to prison. Because again, one of the bills that we're dealing with today is about making it law that you can put children straight into prison. And I'm not supporting it because they're supposed to be certain things in place to deal with juveniles. And that is not so. And I cannot honestly support that you're going to put juveniles with hardened criminals when you can use the opportunity to help to rehabilitate these juveniles.
This is the Child Justice
The
Amendment.
Child Justice Amendment.
Oh, dear me. You have to look at that.
These are things that we have to focus on. I can also say the party is planning to put some things in place to assist from the UPP's end in helping this situation that we are faced with. So therefore, we all must get involved.
Right.
And I'm encouraging all those persons under the sound of my voice, let us join this movement. Let us save the youth of Antigua and Barbuda. Let us focus on more prevention rather than punishment.
Very good, very good. Now, you had a very resoundingly successful general meeting on Tuesday. If you can share with the nation about this.
Well, there has been a challenge within the UPP where you would have seen members resign and it was a growing concern to the members of the party.
Yes.
So we decided to call our members together, because again, where there is now no information, you are left to believe what you're hearing on the streets.
That's right.
And I believe in engaging those persons who are the backbone of the organization to give the true picture of what it is that is happening within the United Progressive Party. It would be hypocritical of me to say that we don't have challenges. But I believe every organization faces challenges. And what is necessary and what we're doing is ensuring that these challenges are overcome with positive outcomes.
That's right.
The general membership, they sat, they shared their concerns. What I realize is critical. You're now seeing some figures coming back to the political arena. You're also seeing persons joining the UPP. You know, since convention, there are a number of persons who joined the organization. But
we don't hear about those.
No, you're not going to hear
you hear
about that.
The subtractions. You hear about the people who are leaving, but you don't hear about all the people who are joining.
And again, the United Progressive Party is a wonderful organization. And I would have pledged to that organization that the Honorable Winston Baldwin Spencer legacy, I will do any and everything to protect his legacy. And I pledge to them that the United Progressive Party will not fail under my leadership. This is no joke. Persons, you know, what I love about the UPP is that you're going to know what is on their minds, because they're going to tell you. They're not sitting back and grumble. They tell you exactly how they feel. So the same how, you see, I would have put forward certain things is the same way they put forward certain things. And I'm happy. It was a very, very, very interesting meeting. And I believe all those who were in attendance, they left reassured that the United Progressive Party is in safe hands, and all that is necessary is for all of us to play our part to ensure that the United Progressive Party forms the next government.
Someone is on the board saying Gaston's hug was acting. Do you think that he has stopped trying to bribe UPP members? I don't know if you want to respond to that at all.
Well, you in a country where you have two political parties, I believe the ambition is to win government. And I believe they will continue to do whatever they can do to try and destroy the United Progressive Party. Because again, it's a political, that's how the political landscape is.
Yeah.
And we just have to understand, and as members of the UPP, we have values. And whatever the situation is, do not blame your situation on the leaders of the UPP. If you're leaving, we can't stop you from leaving.
Yeah.
It's not something we will feel comfortable about, because we want to attract people. We don't want people to leave.
That's right.
But again, it's a choice. It's a personal choice. But what is alarming is that the UPPs and the leaders are this, but immediately you're going over to the person who you have chastised for years.
Right.
So is it a problem with the UPP, or there's a problem with individuals who tend to want more than they think the UPP can give at this time?
Okay, thank you very kindly, Honorable Jamal Pringle, Leader of the Opposition and a political leader of the UPP.